Fantasy Springs Resort Casino, and in the air-conditioned comfort, there could be more than a little bit of heat in the ring behind us as Cornelus Bundrage and Cory Spinks in a rematch for the IBF 154-pound title. We take a look at Cory Spinks. He is the son, of course, of Leon Spinks, whose 14-year career has had plenty of ups and downs. He won the welterweight title back in '03 when he beat Michel Piccirillo. And then he unified 3 titles with a win over wild and crazy Ricardo Mayorga before losing to Zab Judah, that in his 3rd defense. He did capture the junior middleweight title in 2006, unsuccessfully challenged Jermaine Taylor for the middleweight belt, and then lost, won back, and lost again his junior middleweight belt. Since losing that belt to Bundrage, Spinks has had a couple of fights. He won a unanimous decision against Shakir Ashanti, and then he fought Sekou Powell, but at 34, and with the clock ticking and several years of relative inactivity working against him, Spinks will try and reclaim his title once again, Steve.
Well, Barry, you saw in that graphic that was up a few seconds ago that his last fight, Cory Spinks, was in January 2012, earlier this year. This will be only the 2nd time in 9 years that he's fought twice in a year. Inactivity has been a huge problem for Cory Spinks, but I think he realizes, as he said, this is his last shot. He got in good shape. It's just a question again, how much does he have left?
And that'll be answered in the next hour. And the other half of this matchup is a guy who is every bit as hungry as Cory Spinks. Cory, incidentally, will have his dad, Leon, in his corner tonight. And he feels certainly that this is a last hurrah kind of occasion for him, that he's got to go out there and do perhaps what he didn't do the last time.
Well, we know Cory Spinks has tons of heart, and he's going to need it against this guy tonight.
And this guy is 16-year professional Cornelus K9 Bundrage. He's not been very active either over the last few years. Tonight will make just his 3rd fight in 3 years and his 1st in 12 months. He had 1 title defense. That was a 12-round unanimous decision over the aforementioned Sekou Powell. Very aggressive fighter. Remember, he started on a reality show, now world champion, and he expects that Spinks will show more movement this time than he did the last time, but he will look to repeat the result of their 1st fight.
And what memories seeing Emmanuel Stewart in that yellow and red Croc shirt bring. But Bundrage, he and Spinks fighting again, it's sort of the culmination of 4-man private round robin between Bundrage, Spinks, DeAndre Lattimore, and Sekou Powell. They've all fought each other. It's been like an intramural thing. And now they will all want to move well, especially Bundrage wants to move on and move up.
Yeah, and they've eliminated Powell from the picture, so what's left is the 2 that are standing tonight. And what's left for us is to get to our main event, the rematch for the 154-pound title. And once more, for the introduction to the fighters, we take you to the center of the ring, and our ring announcer, Jake Gutierrez. Jake.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we welcome you to Fantasy Springs Resort Casino here in Indio, California for Shobox, the new generation. Brought to you by Golden Boy Promotions in association with Fantasy Springs Resort Casino and Showtime. Sponsored by Corona Extra, La Cerveza Más Fina, and AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. This upcoming bout is sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission. The chairman is John Frierson. Chief Executive Officer is George Dodd. Commissioner is Mark Rillier. And the IBF supervisor is Lou Pryluker. Our physicians at ringside are Dr. Eddie Ayub, Dr. Howard Baer, and Dr. Audrey Konal. Our timekeepers are Debbie Garcia and Frederick Peterson. The 3 judges scoring this bout will be Gwen Adair, Robert Bird, and Fernando Villarreal, and a referee in charge of the action from Bassett, California, referee Ray Corona. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Fantasy Springs Resort and Casino, right here in Indio, California, it's time for the leather to fly. This is the Shobox main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing in a rematch for the IBF Junior Middleweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, he'll be fighting out of the red corner. He entered the ring wearing white trimmed in black and red, and he weighed in at 153 3/4 pounds. His professional record, 39 victories, 6 defeats, 11 wins by knockout. From Boca Raton, Florida, by way of St. Louis, Missouri, here is the former welterweight champion of the world and two-time junior middleweight world champion, and currently the IBF #1 contender, introducing the challenger, Cory, the next generation Spinks. And across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, he's wearing green trimmed in red and white. He weighed in at 153.5 pounds. His professional record, 31 victories, 4 defeats, 1 no decision, 18 wins by knockout. Coming to us from the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan, presenting the reigning and defending IBF junior middleweight champion of the world, the Iron Man, Cornelus K9 Bundrage.
2 seconds, fighters. What we got? Where are we at here? Which way do you want? This one's good? Turn on. Look, this is good right here. This is good right here. Turn on. I need you to look. You listen to my commands. Touch gloves. God bless.
Spinks didn't want to look at Bundrage there. Interesting. We look at the numbers. Spinks much taller, but not much longer. And what I find interesting is the respective ages. Spinks 5 years younger. I think the public perception is that he's the older of the two. The rules are a little different than our first 2 fights. These are the unified rules: no standing eight, no 3 knockdown. Only the ref can stop the fight. Can't be saved by the bell in any round. The accidental foul rule: if we get a stoppage before end of 4, no decision after that, we go to the cards.
And with that, we are set to go to our main event.
Over there.
Cory Spinks wearing the white trunks.
Let's go.
And K9 Bundrage wearing the green with the fringe.
You ready? Are you ready? Where's my timekeeper? Let's go, gentlemen.
Significantly, I think Bundrage has not so much as broken a sweat here. Oftentimes you see a flash knockdown in a situation like this. And the truth be told, in the last fight, neither man was very active. So I think whoever could bring the fight in this case might have an edge.
Yeah, it's a good point. Bundrage fights in spurts. Cory Spinks averaged, I believe it was 16 punches per round in that first fight.
Took a right hand right there from Bundrage. And another good right hand, 2 right hands. Both landed by Bundrage.
Well, that's where Bundrage did the damage the first time a couple years ago, was with that right hand. Not uncommon against the southpaw.
Spinks says, I have no excuses this time. Another right hand, just a little bit short.
It's important that Bundrage takes Spinks out of his comfort zone. And that means not just trying to create a fast pace, but it means muscling him, forearms, inside fighting, all that stuff.
The last fight was a pretty ugly fight in that regard, and I'm sure Bundrage would be perfectly happy to make it so this time as well.
Find your way, baby. Use your feet. Use your feet. Work out of this way.
Got around him, it came with a right hand. Spinks so far really unable to get off.
No.
Like MMA.
There was no body slam, though.
No?
For Spinks to have any chance, Barry, I think he's got to get that jab on track. So far, he has not done it.
No.
Get your hand off him. Work out there.
First round has been all Bundrage.
And K9 Bundrage is the kind of fighter, he doesn't care if he misses. He'll just keep going. He's not a smooth boxer at all.
No.
Some butts.
Get your hands off
Doesn't
here.
have to be pretty,
Work,
does it?
gentlemen. Work.
No, it doesn't, as long as you win. And he's a strong, physically strong. Oh!
Right hand, down goes Spinks.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Want to continue? Come to me. Hands up. Let's go.
I'm not sure Spinks is all the way back yet. We're probably going to find him there. is an idea of what happened in the last fight. 15 seconds to go, first round. Dominant round for the champion. And again, they both go down. A lot of wrestling, a lot of grabbing, but also a lot of damage done by Bundrage.
Stop the wrestling, guys. You guys want to look good, stop the wrestling. All right. Time in. Time.
Into the first round and a big one for Bundrage.
How you doing? You're doing good. You see, you're doing very good because you can see where he's going. Every time you go, he's trying to go underneath her. You understand? Sometimes move in and feint it and then pull back. You understand? Because everything he's doing, that's his whole defense is just to drop down. Okay? But keep roughing him up. Okay?
Put your hands go. You're waiting too long. All right. You can't wait that long, Carter. We don't have that long. All right. Gotta fix that belt, guys. He's throwing that long thing and you drooping back. Go up under that shit. Get out.
Action from round one. Watch the right hand of Bundrage. Oh, that's an overhand right. And the shots that you don't see, the ones that hurt you, Cory Spinks didn't see this coming. Not at all. And you know what? It's very simple. If he can't withstand those right hands, he has no chance to win.
That is a real bottom line. You heard Manny Stewart in the corner of Bundrage say, keep roughing him up.
Time in. Let's go.
Well, we know Emmanuel is an offensive coach, and I don't think Thomas Hearns ever threw a overhand right quite like the one Bundrage did. Bundrage doesn't throw straight punches, but he gets there.
Got the left hand to start this one out again. And this is Spinks just grabbing on.
Hey, you got to stop holding on. You got to stop holding on. All right?
Good job by Roy Corona.
Yep.
Because that was all on Spinks, not on Bundrage.
Look at Bundrage's eyes. The dog is ready to bark.
All the way back, all the way back.
Spinks extremely awkward.
Stop.
And again,
step back,
clutching.
go through all the way back. Let's go.
Well, I think, Barry, in the first round, at some point, you used the word ugly.
Stop.
Thank you.
Stop.
We're getting it.
Yeah,
We're getting it.
Stop. Listen to my commands, gentlemen. Let's go.
Yeah, this is pretty much a replay of the first fight.
Work, gentlemen. Stop.
Especially with this stuff, all the reaching and holding.
There you go. That's the way you want.
Well, Cory Spinks' problem is very simple. He's had 45 career fights. He's had 11 KOs. So what is he supposed to do? He's not a puncher. He's never been a puncher.
Yeah, and you made the point. If he can't jab, he can't win.
Yeah. Not that much left. If you can't knock the guy out and you can't jab.
There was a decent jab.
Guys. Your hands are free, gentlemen. Work. Let go of him. Let go of him.
I will say for Cory Spinks, and he showed it on Shobox with DeAndre Lattimore, he has a lot of heart. Always did.
Work, gentlemen.
Runs in the family.
His legs at this point, that's another issue. And they still don't look good.
That was a good body shot by Spinks.
And look who's making the fight.
First real concerted action by Cory Spinks.
Stop. Take a step back. Both feet all the way back. All the way back.
Well, Cory Spinks is a veteran, if nothing else, and he realizes my only chance
Watch your feet, gentlemen. Watch
is
your
to make
feet.
this fight.
Work, gentlemen. Hands are free.
Land something
Let go,
big.
Cory.
He may get knocked out doing it, but he's trying to win.
That's what he told us. Good body work here toward the end of the second
Work out of
round.
there, guys. You're going to stop with the bell. Stop. Take a step back. Hey. Hey. Last time. I don't care. Go on. Last time. First time.
Well, earlier tonight we had a look at Antonio Orozco. He was undefeated in 14 fights coming in here against Albert Cruz with 10 knockouts. Well, after 3 rounds tonight, make it 11 knockouts. The guy was unstoppable, throws nothing but combinations, good defensive fighter. This guy definitely falls into that category of bright, young prospect. Doctor stopped the fight at the end of the 3rd round. Too much of a beating for Albert Cruz Jr. Remember the name, Antonio Orozco. You're going to be hearing it in the welterweight division, I have an idea, for some time to come.
Where your hands go? Move your feet.
Let's go, so hustle, stop. Time. Come on, gentlemen, let's go. Time in.
Yeah, Red Corona has his hands full in this fight.
How much damage can K9 do with that right hand? That's what it's coming down to, because he got outlanded in round 2. Spinks 14 connects to 12.
Started working the body really well, I thought. Trying to do it again here.
I think the right approach for Spinks right now would be to be aggressive, to land a couple of shots and then grab. And you might say, well, why would he grab against a stronger Bundrage? But that way he was not going to get hit with any counter right hands.
Starting to fight the fight he needs to fight.
Yes, sir.
Some swelling around the right eye of Spinks.
Big step into the left hand is a little bit short.
Remember yesterday, Barry, Bundrage did tell us that he might have a surprise for Spinks, try to box a little bit more. The question is, can he do that effectively?
Let's go. There's the first round in which he did
Take a
not
step back, all the way back.
his best round so far early in this fight. Spinks getting a little better rhythm. Just missed.
Wow. That was an unprotected chin there, I'll tell you that.
It was.
I don't like the balance of Cory Spinks. I don't think he has his legs back after that knockdown.
Well, I agree with you. He's very wide stance. And he also has a tendency to drop both hands.
Work on it. Your hands are free, gentlemen. Stop! Stop! Take a step back, all the way back.
Both guys very wild. Straight right hand by Bundrage.
You gotta stop at the bell, gentlemen. Work, gentlemen. No. Time. There you go. Thank you.
You won that round, okay? Okay. No, keep your hands, put your arms down again. I'll let you ride around. That's stress on you. I'll let your arms rest here, okay? You won that round. You got to talk to yourself. Now, before, when he was going down so much, he's not doing it that much now that he's getting tired. You understand? Okay. Now, you got to get your second win. That's when champions fight while they're tired. Okay. You don't get out there acting around falling off with a fucking plate. You're okay. But get your hands together, punch short after punches. You won that round, okay? Clean punches. Because you're using your damn jab. The jab is keeping him off balance. The man has no legs at all. Okay. You keep him out there where he's fumbling and stalling, you beat him, you understand? And now that he's getting tired, you're able to start hitting him with the straight right hand and lead. Because he's not ducking that fast so much anymore, okay?
Oscar De La Hoya in the crowd here. You saw him a little bit earlier. Congratulating Gary Russell Jr.
Do as I say. Let's go. Clean fight,
He looks good. He looks clean.
When does he not look good?
That's true.
Golf will do that for you, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Boy, I love Emmanuel Stewart's in between rounds. I mean, that's one of the reasons he's one of the great trainers of his generation. everything he said. He saw that Spinks didn't have the legs. He wants Bundrage to use more right-hand leads, all right on target.
He should be a television commentator.
Yeah, well, I tell you, he used some language there in between rounds that I haven't heard him use as a television commentator.
That's very true. Now let's see if Bundrage listens to Manuel Stewart.
Watch your heads, guys. Watch your heads.
Wanting to throw that straight right hand.
Yeah, I'd like to see a little more initiative from Bundrage. Power shots. He's thrown more, he's landed more. 48% is a very high rate of connect. Mostly it's been that right hand. But I kind of feel like he's letting Spinks dictate the pace at this moment.
Yeah, I would think most of that was in the first round.
Accidental headbutt. Accidental headbutt.
Bundrage is cut, Barry. Right on.
Work, guys. Work, guys. Stop. Take a step back. All the way, all the way, all the way, all the way.
It's hard to tell exactly where it is.
I did hear Corona say accidental headbutt.
No, get off his head. Get off his head.
Well, and there again. Corona saying get off his legs, and he did, and he left himself unprotected. And he got hit with two strong shots.
Take a step back. Hold on.
Those were big shots, Barry, and you don't expect a veteran like Cory Spinks to make a mistake like that, but he did.
First thing when a fighter learns, protect yourself at all times. Spinks did not. He was beaten with that right hand. Exchange of right hands. And Bundrage just got there. Spinks did.
Work, gentlemen. Your hands out of there. Work out of there, guys.
You just get the impression that Cory Spinks is asking himself to do something he really has never done and perhaps can't do.
Stop! Take a step back. No. Don't hit. Don't hit. Come on. Let's go.
And by Bundrage, got Spinks turned, but he couldn't follow it up.
You're gonna stop at the bell, gentlemen. Work out of there. Work out. Look over.
Protect yourself, Cory.
Time.
All right, listen, Cory, you're doing good. Put all that stuff together, man. That's what you got to do. Doc, give me another water. Hurry up. Leave this right here. Give me another water. To Cory, you got to stop waiting on this kid. He can't fight. He can't fight you if you fight him. I'm telling you. He's looking for you to run away.
Action from round 4, and you're going to see the Spinks doubled over with his hands down, just like Barry described it, and that's a rookie mistake. Bundrage took advantage, and that combination alone probably won Bundrage round 4.
Yeah, something you don't see very much at all.
Good job. Let's keep it clean, gentlemen.
We saw Victor Ortiz against Floyd Mayweather,
stop,
of course.
Stop.
Yeah.
There you go.
A very dramatic example.
Get off him. Get it out.
Well, connects in round 4, shows that's 15-13 Bundrage, but he clearly landed the harder and more significant shots to me anyway.
I gave him the round.
Work, gentlemen. Your hands are free. Let's go. Work. Let go of him, Donnie.
I think your point is well taken about Spinks. I mean, he's almost like he wants to brawl him, even though that's not what's gotten him this
Work
far.
out, gentlemen. Your hands are there. Let's go.
Well,
Stop.
it's
Take a
as
step
if
back all the way.
he
Don't turn.
realizes he can't be the old Cory Spinks.
Let's go.
Doesn't have the legs, doesn't have the balance. This was a guy who outboxed Zab Judah the time he beat him.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a beautiful boxer. Not the most exciting fighter in the world,
Look out
that's
of
for
there,
sure,
guys.
in his
Come on.
prime. A lot more movement than now.
Hands are free, gentlemen.
We saw that with the Lattimore fight on Shobox 2 years ago. That's when Cory Spinks became a flat-footed fighter. A lot more exciting, but perhaps less effective.
Work, guys.
Yeah.
Let go of him, Spinks. That's it. Work.
A lot of clutching and grabbing in this fight.
Hey, stop. All the way back.
Bundrage's not really taking advantage when they're in close. He's not what you call a pretty fighter.
No, he's not. No. He was an effective fighter in the first round, but really since then,
Take a step back, both of you.
He's had its ebb and flow.
The goal of them work, gentlemen.
The one thing, my Spinks trying to crowd Bundrage, it is smothering some of Bundrage's punches.
No wrestling. Let go of him, Bundrage.
I don't know if Bundrage has slowed down a little bit, but punch output isn't what it was. Heavy armed fighters very often have that problem.
Yeah.
Let's work out of there, guys. Guys, just stop for the bell. Work out of there, guys. Stop! Take a step back.
Coming to the end of round number 5. Hard round to judge.
Yes, I agree.
Second win. This kid you ready to get tired. You understand what I'm saying? Cory, listen, man, you gotta let your hands go. You're still waiting around like so stop waiting on this guy. That's what you're looking for.
Everything good over here?
Yeah. Cory, stop waiting on him. Stop waiting on him, please. Get inside. You got to make it in there, slide on. All right? Come on, baby. Let your hands go.
Stumbling and fumbling around like a goddamn drum. Take the goddamn fighter with short punches, okay? Then you got to punch with short power shots. You let the man get his confidence up.
Step back, mouthpiece. Step back. Let's go.
Sounded like a little bit of frustration in Emmanuel Stewart's voice, didn't it?
I think so. Well, this fight's already gone longer than the first fight did.
Into the 6th round.
And given what happened in the first round, that's somewhat of a surprise. Bundrage has not been able to replicate that overhand right.
He has
Work,
not.
guys. Hands are free. Let's go. Let's work. Come on.
Stewart wants him to throw it as a lead punch, and he's not doing it.
And Manny Stewart also saying, I mean, you're giving him confidence, and I think there's something to that.
Anthony Ham trains Cory Spinks. He said, boy, for a fighter who's a veteran like Spinks, he's soaked up everything Anthony Ham taught him. We know Spinks for years was with Kevin Cunningham, and then very briefly with Buddy McGirt.
Yeah, he said his partying days are behind him.
Work out of there, guys.
Moved he and his family to Florida.
Take a step back, both of you.
Said he's got no excuses in this fight. And he is being far more active than he was in the last fight.
Let's go. Let's work. Let go of him. Spink.
Well, I guess there are a lot of ways to become a champion or a contender, Barry. And when you watch Lara fight, and then you see Bundrage, you know, they're not that far apart in the ratings. And you use the word, I think, clean punching from Lara, sharp punching. You don't get that from Bundrage, yet physically, he's very, very strong for the weight.
Well, that's the thing with him. I mean, there's always that chance. Spinks walks right into a left hand. There's a right, chopping right hand. That's the punch that's been missing since the first round.
Guys, work. Let's go, work. Look out of there. Get that. Come on.
And as a veteran is wont to do, Spinks has been smart in grabbing on the inside when he thinks he's in trouble.
No. Stop. Take a step back, all the way back. There you go, gentlemen.
It's a fair question to ask, Barry. Do you think Bundrage is keeping Spinks in the fight in a way?
I do, actually. That's what Manny Stewart indicated. And yes, I do. And I think if he allows Spinks to just kind of steal rounds here and there, just outpoint him, despite that first round being a 10-8 round, I think this could be a close fight.
Yeah.
You're going to stop at the bell, gentlemen.
Final 5 seconds of round 6.
Time! Enough.
And we are at the halfway mark in this IBF title fight. Total punches landed, boys. Pretty close, even though Bundrage a little busier, but only a 9-punch lead. You see the jabs are almost identical. Body punching, that's where Spinks has had an advantage, and that's not what I think we would have thought going in.
He's getting tired, okay? His judgment is off. You'll catch him with those big shots. Just keep swinging them at
Sit
him.
around and walk around the weight room, all right? Let's get in, let's get out. All right? Let's get in, let's get out.
My piece. Let's keep it clean, gentlemen. Go.
This is round 7. They want Spinks to get in and get out. And don't get hit in between.
Simple game, right?
Yeah. Meantime, Manuel through a right hand knocks Spinks down and through the ropes.
6, 7, 8.
And he's in trouble.
10. Continue. Over here. Hands up.
He's in
You wanna
trouble.
fight? Yeah. Let's go.
It was the overhand right again, Barry.
Yeah, and there it is again.
No. Stop. Take a step back. All the way back.
Spinks in big trouble here. And Bundrage just trying to close the deal. Comes with an uppercut. Spinks in big trouble. Right hand drops him.
7, 8, 9, 10. Tell me, you want to fight? Put your hands up. Give me your hands. You want to continue? You want to continue?
Look into
Let's
his
go.
corner. He doesn't have much left. And a long way to go. And Bundrage just trying to close the deal, and not going to say it's a knockdown.
Unfortunately for Cory Spinks, Barry, at this point, time is not going to really help him. His legs are gone.
Yeah. And Spinks about to go again. It won't take much at all.
Bundrage just has to give himself enough room to punch.
Yeah. Spinks in retreat. Bundrage trying to push him off him. Comes to the right hand again. Spinks in serious trouble once more. That was low. Now his own corner. Wild right hand. That was not a knockdown.
If Spinks were a little mentally sharper right now,
Yes, sir.
all right, he says he wants to continue. I think he might have taken a knee after that low blow and tried to milk that moment. That was his chance for escape.
Still a ways to go. Inside a minute.
Don't push him down. Don't push him down. Don't push him down. You're not going to step all the way back. All the way back.
Spinks is just all done dancing here.
Bundrage's mouth open. He's a little tired.
Spinks hits him with the right hand. And that was low. 2 low blows. Corona did not say anything about that, though. Still a ways to go. 35 seconds. Another combination from Bundrage. Chases Spinks across the ring. And finally, that's it. It's over. A beaten fighter.
Yeah.
And there's the winner. And there's a look at Arislandi Lara. He gives you a thumbs up because I'm sure he's saying, you know what, I could beat this guy. Well, Bundrage did what he had to do.
Barry, he wasn't pretty. He wasn't smooth. That's not him. He did do what he does. He's a very strong fighter. And Spinks didn't have legs from really balance or legs from that first round on. And it took a while, but Bundrage took care of business. He moves on at age 39. He sort of has a new life.
Yeah, and for Spinks, I think just about the opposite. You might have seen the last hurrah. It's his wife, to whom he gives a lot of credit for just getting his act straightened out.
I love you, Ma.
Much like the first fight with Bundrage and Spinks, this was physically grueling, dirty at times. You see some of the fouling. You see how Spinks was trying to grab a lot very low on Bundrage. Bundrage trying to fight him off. Ray Corona earned every penny. Headlock there, both fighters. And all that really just weakened Spinks further. I mentioned Spinks didn't have legs. Well, oh, look at that.
That was where he dropped his hands.
That was a big mistake by Cory Spinks. And all that rough stuff did not help Cory Spinks' legs in this fight.
No, it did not. And time, I think, to really give some serious consideration to what happens next for Cory Spinks.
I'm with you. He doesn't seem championship caliber anymore, and if that's the case, why go on? 2 knockdowns in round 6, or is it round 7? First one, the overhand right, same punch that knocked Spinks down in the first round. Here's the second one. And now with a right hand, almost a right hook, which really an orthodox fighter can't possibly throw, but Bundrage is not very orthodox.
That was the same punch that dropped him in the first round.
Look at that punch. That's a wide shot. You wouldn't teach anybody to fight like that. But with Spinks backtracking, Bundrage had all the time, all the distance. And at this point, Corona could have stopped it right here. Cory Spinks showed a lot of heart, Barry. Not surprising.
Oh, he definitely did. And, but every fighter, I guess, wants to go out on a shield. And if that's the case, certainly Cory Spinks did do that tonight. But give it up for Bundrage. I mean, he did what he had to do. Finished the fight the way he started it. Just what it looked like Cory Spinks might be getting himself back into the fight. Bundrage put an end to it.
Cory Spinks' face there. Like, are you kidding me? He looked at Corona. You're not calling anything with those low blows? This fight was on its way to being over at that point, and Corona did Spinks no favors. And right here, Cory Spinks can't even stand up anymore, and that's why the fight was stopped. It wasn't even a punch. Maybe a right hand to the shoulder there, the last shot. Nothing clean.
All right, let's go to the center of the ring. Jake Gutierrez, he'll make it official. Jake.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Ray Corona stops this contest at 2 minutes 32 seconds of round number 7. The winner by knockout victory and still IBF Junior Middleweight Champion of the World, the Iron Man, Cornelius K9 Bundrage.
And there is the familiar bark from Cornelius K9, appropriately. Bundrage, as he retains his share of the 154-pound championship. Here are the final show stats. In jabs, he out-jabbed him, at least in terms of number, not in terms of connects, but power punches, no contest. 66 of 141 landed for Bundrage, 40 of 115 higher connect percentage for Bundrage. More punches landed for Bundrage. Total punches, higher connect percentage, more punches. That pretty much was the story of the fight. Spinks did land more punches to the body, but 4 knockdowns in this fight. There was simply no question about it. But it did look for a couple of rounds at least as though Spinks might be getting his footing, might be getting himself back to where he could be competitive in this fight. But Bundrage, once he got back to doing what he had started out doing at the urging of Emmanuel Stewart, he got things corrected in a big hurry, and this fight truly was over in the 7th round.
You know, Steve, there's that old boxing adage, or not boxing adage, but an adage in sports in general, dance with what brung you. And what brung him in the first round was that wild right hand, and that's what brung him in the 7th round, too.
Exactly right. And, to take that a step further, Barry, rematches very often bring a different script. This was not a different script from the first fight. It was pretty much a continuation of the fight from 2 years ago, unfortunately for Cory Spinks.
So now he starts to call out Canelo Alvarez. Everybody wants a piece of Alvarez, it seems. But what do you think his chances would be?
Well, style-wise, Canelo's a smoother fighter, that's for sure. Canelo's an aggressive fighter. I think it would be a good fight. because Bundrage is going to make for good fights. He's unorthodox, but he's generally pretty aggressive. So any of the top 54-pounders, Bundrage would fit in with.
I think so, and I don't think Lara hurt himself at all tonight either.
No, Lara, that's for sure. With Lara, you get almost the polar opposite of Bundrage. He's a smooth guy, a good boxer. He landed that left hand again and again. Barry, while I have a moment, just want to do some in-house business here. Chris Legento, who has been a part of Showtime Sports and specifically Shobox for a couple of years now, an absolutely wonderful young publicist. He's moving on. We just want to take the chance to say how happy we were to work with him. It was a privilege and an honor, and wish him all the luck, and I hope he comes back and says hello to us.
Yeah, this is a real family, this Showtime family. I'm a newcomer to it too, but I'll tell you, we lose a really popular and very effective family member in Chris Legento tonight too. So long, Chris. Wish you well, and in the meantime, let's take a look back on what we saw tonight, and what we saw was a couple of 154-pounders really step up. Lara, brilliant in his win.
No doubt, Larry. Larry didn't hurt his chances to land his prize in the Canelo sweepstakes. Or maybe he did. Maybe he looked too good, and they're not going to want to fight him. Does anybody really want to fight this guy?
I'm not so sure, to tell you the truth. And we talked about Gary Russell Jr., what a bright prospect he is, no question about it. A knockout at 141 in the third round against the hapless Christopher Perez.
Well, we talk about Gary Russell Jr. moving up. Yesterday, he gave us the name of the fighter he wants to move up against, and really soon, Juan Manuel Lopez.
And then our main event, and Cory Spinks, really not much of a match tonight for Cornelius K9 Bundrage. Knocked out in the first round, and then 3 more in round number 7.
Well, it was really a repeat of the first fight. We know now that he can beat Cory Spinks, but Bundrage is 39 years old. He doesn't have time to waste, Barry. The division is hot. He wants another big fight now.
For more news on everything Showtime Sports, log on to your website, sports.show.com. You can fan us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Well, that's a wrap for us on this edition of Shobox, the new generation. The executive producer of Shobox is Gordon Hall. Shobox is produced by Richard Gahn and directed by Rick Phillips. For my partner Steve Farhood and our entire crew here at Shobox, I'm Barry Tompkins saying so long from Indio, California.